bridge and the low bridge. So let's first just go over what those two things look like, what they're used for, and why you should care at all about that in the first place. So this is what a high bridge looks like with arms extended, okay? And then a low bridge is here, okay? If you're going from this way, this is a high bridge, okay? And then there's the low bridge position. So why should they matter at all, okay? Well, the high bridge, if you have the flexibility, can be used a lot for different types of acrobatics, back bends, car, two cars actually. So the high bridge is great for learning how to do back walkovers, how to do back handsprings, and if you have the shoulder and back flexibility, especially thoracic flexibility, then it can be used a lot for that. But some people don't have that, and it actually puts a lot of pressure on your lower back, okay? In your lower back area down here. So enter the low bridge. The low bridge requires much less lower back flexibility, but it does require a bit of understanding of external rotation. And either one of these things, okay, are going to be great for if you're into soft acrobatics or capoeira or breakdancing, or if you just enjoy movement in general, someone like me, okay, then understanding the difference between those two things can change your day. If you're having a hard time with doing normal bridges, you can do the low bridge instead, and you can still get bridge work in either way, okay? So we're gonna go through the different positions of how to find these positions out, the high bridge and low bridge, and then we're going to just talk about it some more. There's a lot of traffic on the street today. So first thing, you wanna be able to do a crab walk position with hips extended, right? The higher you can get your hips up here, it's going to tell you a lot about if you're able to even do a bridge in the first place, right? Pushing the hips up to the sky like that, as hard as you can. If your hips automatically go up above the shoulder line, if you have that ability, then you're going to have a lot easier time doing your bridge in general, okay? The other one is you lay on your back, okay? Put both your feet underneath you like so, and you're going to push your hips up just a little bit. Now you don't have to exaggerate it right now where I'm extending my hips like that. Just being able to get your feet underneath your hips will be good for this, all right? And then, where's hand placement? Now hand placement is going to be slightly different for everybody, but most people will put their hands here just because it's right above your shoulders. And it probably feels like that's where they're supposed to go, but you'll end up adjusting them usually as you press up into your bridge, right? And I'm not going to go exactly in how to get a better bridge today. I'm just going into the differences between the high bridge and the low bridge because it's going to take a lot more information and a lot longer video to explain how to make your bridge better. Okay, I'm just going to show how to get into these moves today. So from your back position here, all right, pressing my hips up, I'm going to place one hand down here, the other one on the other side, and then I push myself up as high as I can into my high bridge position with arms straight. Okay, for the low bridge, I want my feet to be directly underneath my hips, like so. This is going to take a little while to figure out how to get into, all right? And there's other ways to get into this too. Okay, and then I place my hands 1 and 2, and all I do from here is just give a light push, where now I'm just pushing my hips over my feet just a little bit. My head is off the ground a little bit, and that's about it. All right, and just being able to get into that position. In the low bridge, you're just barely off the ground, and you just have enough movement where you have weight in your arms and your legs, and your hips are off the ground, your head's off the ground, but that's it. There's not much going on there, right? So it allows you to have a lot of ability to move forward and backward, whereas the high bridge, you're fully extended, pushing through the whole arm straight. And so from that position, based on your flexibility, you'll be able to do more things out of it or not more things out of it. So again, high bridge, low bridge, okay? Now let's talk about how to get into those, okay? From the either squat position or getting into them from the standing or from crab. Okay, let's start with crab first. Okay, so in crab, if I'm here, okay, in crab position, what I would probably do is I'd take one of my hands, I'm going to turn it out behind me, and I'm going to release the other one to go into a three-legged crab. So if I'm here and I take one of my arms off, now I'm a three-legged crab, or in capoeira they call it queda de trois, which just means three-legged. And from here, what I would do is I would push my hips up into the sky, and I'm trying to turn my shoulder back behind me. Okay, so I'm trying to turn it out, trying to externally rotate. So I am trying to externally rotate the arm like that. So I got to have my hand turned out like that. My thumb turns. Okay, and that allows me to push open into that position. Allows me to flip over into a bridge position. Okay, so if I'm here and I'm pushing open into that position, it allows me to bridge over into my high bridge position. Okay, and this way, show you from this angle, pushing the shoulder open, and that allows me to push over into my high bridge position, like that. Okay, if I go all the way over, then I'm like that in a bridge, and then I'm talking to you. Okay, now for the low bridge position, there's a couple ways to get into it that I think are the easiest. The main thing is that coming from you can either get into this from a sissy squat position if you have the strength for it, so knowing how to lower yourself down from here and then placing the hand down behind you, and from there you can do an external rotation, but you're doing it without the arm extended overhead. Now it's just going like this, and you're going to go from the palm to the blade of the hand and then kind of rest on the outside of the hand. So from here, all right, as I push forward, I am just here. So my weight's mostly in my legs, and then I have a little bit on the blade of the hand, like that. If I go backwards, you can see it from here, okay, here, okay, I start to shift my weight into my legs, and from there, come around, and then the weight's in the blade of the hand right there. All right, and that does take some nuance. It takes more quad strength to be able to do that, because you're not actually putting all the weight in your arm. Most of it is in your quads in order to do this. That's why it's so good to have a really strong sissy squat position, be able to hold this position with a lot of strength in order to be able to do a low bridge position. You'll feel it, trust me, you'll feel it light up in this area, because you're essentially loading a very stretched position of the quadricep, right? Instead of just being here, you're all the way down here, and you're having to really load up that position to be able to do that. So high bridge, extended, and you can get into that from the queda de trois position. And then if you're more in a squat position here, you can hinge forward like so, and then bring the arm behind into that position to get into there. Now, once you're in that position, just put the other hand down next to it, and then you're in your low bridge. If I do that facing away from you, you'll see what I mean. From here, okay, around, and then I can place my other hand down next to it, and now I'm in my low bridge position. If I want to adjust from here to get into a more wide stance, that can also be used as well. Whew, those quads are burning. So again, high bridge and low bridge, okay? Eventually we're going to put together a whole flow combination of these different moves we've been working on, and you'll see how they all connect together. But practicing this in and of itself by itself is going to be very useful to you, because you have to understand the skill if you want to put it into an improvisational setting. So just keep that in mind. Take your time to build this skill up, and it's going to take a little while. Doing bridge push-ups will help a lot. Doing your sissy squats is going to help a lot, and you'll get there eventually. So if you have any questions, let me know. High bridge, low bridge, and I'll talk to you soon. So have a good day, keep moving, and live.